good. Belts, no ballast, camp's locked. Dive brakes are locked. No wind. I say the plane first.
Their plane, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, the 7 Yankee.
Yeah, 7 Yankee, it's Bravo Mike. Can I get a tow 3000 to the southeast?
Yes, sorry, Bravo Mike, come in radio off.
3000 to the southeast.
Copy.
Okay, I'm ready.
Is that camera running?
It is, yeah.
Traffic 7 Yankee 134, we're going to do.
Landing straight ahead. Field there. Yeah. Now here I can head back to the runway. of water out here now.
Yeah, there is.
So just watching him land. Let me do some stalls first. Some 45-degree turns. Do a minimum volume turn. Maximum volume.
One draft 50, infield draft 161.
Still got plenty of altitude. So I'm going to head to 2 barns and try to burn off some altitude. Feels something like jerking on the bottom. Do you feel that?
Kind of when you're turning, there's like a little clunk.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. I noticed that last little bit. Yeah, it's kind of a little. I think it's just the wing kind of setting.
Never felt that before.
Yeah.
Feels like it's underneath.
It's kind of. I can feel it back in here. It's in the wing root a little bit. It's like the roots settling just a hair in between.
1500 and then start pre-landing. Still see 8 knots of wind up here. One more. Lengthen it out so we get a little closer to 2 barns. Slow it down, go through the pre-landing checklist. Hopefully the gear's not making that sound. So like no traffic that I can see. So that wind about 6 knots. Trim. Williams traffic, this is Bravo Mike, left 45 for 16 Williams.
Williams traffic,
So did he say to land on the west side of the field?
That's the helicopter.
The helicopter's coming in right now?
Yeah, they're coming in. They're 3 miles south, so we'll be on the ground before, but they're going to the helipad.
So he's talking to the helicopter?
Yeah. That was just the helicopter talking.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we stopped and we considered it right. Left that one.
Take it a little wide. I'm just starting to feel kind of a lot higher. Slow it down a little bit. up very well.
Yeah, so it was looking really good. You entered a little bit high. We left it like 1,300,
Yeah.
which wasn't bad. We could have dealt with that, but then we were about 1,000 feet on downwind, right?
Yeah.
Kind of at the end of downwind. So you thought we were a little high, so you started with spoilers early. That was good. Then along base, it was still looking pretty good, but then you kind of switched over. You got rid of the spoilers for some reason.
Yeah, I started to get down to 600. I felt like I was low.
Mm-hmm.
And then I started going too fast.
Yeah, so as soon as you closed the spoilers, then you started pushing for the runway. So I don't think we needed to get rid of the spoilers, but it wasn't far off. That wasn't a horrible, like, I didn't think we were low, necessarily. And you gotta ask yourself, when you're gonna put away the spoilers, am I still gonna make it from here?
Uh-huh.
Yes or no, right? Not just do I want to change something to adjust a little bit, but am I gonna make the runway? And if the answer is no, that's when we close them, right? But if you're looking and going, hey, I'm still gonna make it, right? Then we would have been better off leaving them at half.
Just locked it. Yeah.
But then when you closed them, then you just got into this kind of, okay, I'm fast now. What's going on? It's kind of it got weird, and you didn't get back on the spoilers to fix it.
Right.
You started pushing for the runway, changing the sight picture.
And then I eventually pulled the spoilers.
Yep. Then eventually you got back on the spoiler, and you kind of got wonky. You corrected it and ended up landing straight, getting squared away. And then we got on the brakes just a little bit too much, I think, because everything was moving fast. You're just like, I'm going to just get this thing stopped. We still want to keep it rolling and keep that energy up so we roll down and not kind of compound one bad decision with, okay, now we're safe on the ground. But if I didn't say anything, it felt like you were going to stay on the brakes and lose too much energy where we wouldn't have been able to travel up here after the fact, you know?
Yeah.
So now we kind of transitioned to like, okay, cool, I'm down. Now let's keep going to taxi, you know what I mean? You kind of wanted it felt kind of like you were like, all right, we got it down, let's just stop it. And kind of in the ride here, right? Jump off this ride, you know? So once we were down, that fixed, right? But yeah, I think you just, as soon as you got those spoilers closed, then you kind of had your pitch take over where you wanted to go and not the spoilers.
Yeah.
Everything leading up to that was really good. I thought a little bit in kind of the steeper turns, you were letting it gain a little bit of energy. And we weren't really staying right at like 55. You were kind of getting up around 60 on like your steep turns, just kind of letting the nose fall through the turn.
Yeah.
But everything was coordinated. We had plenty of altitude. It wasn't like we had to really glide back to where we get to. But you said, hey, 2 more turns, I'm going to get over to 2 barns, then I'm going to do another orbit. We left it a little high. We might have been able to do one more turn there, but I don't think that doesn't really affect the pattern a whole lot one way or another. I thought everything was good and well thought. Everything you were looking at was good all the way up until kind of that right at the end there.
Yeah.
All right, I'll do the pattern again. Stop this. Yeah.